I stood near the far wall of the grand banquet hall, unnoticed, half swallowed by the shadows while the chandelier spilled golden light over the crowd. My sister was at the center, glowing in her freshly pressed white coat, a glass of champagne raised high, soaking up the applause as if it was the air she breathed. $1,000 smile stretched across her face, polished and perfect, but when her eyes caught mine, the smile twisted into something cruel. She walked closer, leaned in just enough for only me to hear, and whispered with that razor-edged voice, "Your role is over. You don't belong here." My chest tightened, but before I could even respond, Mom, sitting proud at the front table, glanced at me, wine swirling in her glass. She smirked and laughed, her words slicing louder than the music. "You really don't know your place, do you?" The table chuckled with her, as if my existence was the punchline. The slideshow moved on without a single photo of me. The thank you speech carried my sister's voice but not my name. Nobody in that room knew that for 8 long years, I had sacrificed my life, working double shifts, delaying my own future, sending $9,000 every single year so she could sit in those classrooms and live this moment. I didn't argue. I didn't beg. I just smiled, tucked my hands in my pockets, and walked out before dessert was even served. They believed they had humiliated me. What they didn't know was that I had been waiting for them to cross the line completely. And that night they did. When Dad left, bills had towered higher than our roof. My sister wanted to be a doctor. Mom said it was impossible. But I made it possible. I took on debts, sleepless nights, 2 jobs. Every semester I wired the money. And every time Mom would whisper, "You're the backbone. When she makes it, she'll lift us all." And I believed it. I believed them. But belief can sour. Belief can rot. And when I realized the truth, that I wasn't family, just a resource to drain, something inside me hardened. The distance started small. Unanswered calls, ignored texts, introductions like, "Oh, he helps us sometimes." Slowly, deliberately, they erased me. And at that graduation party, they didn't just ignore me. They cut me out entirely. I wasn't brother. I wasn't son. I was disposable. That night when I came home, I pulled open the drawer I had been filling for years. A thick folder sat there, heavy with receipts, emails, signed requests, and bank slips. Every dollar, every sacrifice recorded. I spread them across my desk, not with anger, but with precision. Revenge doesn't burn hot. Fire dies quickly. No, revenge flows like water, carving slowly, patiently, until the ground beneath collapses. Step 1: the lawyer. A sharp-eyed man with quiet hands who read through my papers with a knowing smile. "These aren't gifts," he said. "They're loans. Legally traceable. Enforceable." My chest lifted for the first time in years. "So I can collect?" Yes. He leaned back. "Not just collect. You can own them." We drafted contracts retroactively, fortified with records. My sister's medical degree now stood on my shoulders, brick by brick, dollar by dollar. She owed me $72,000, plus years of interest. Mom had signed 3 of those agreements herself. Forgiveness. Well, forgiveness is wasted on those who laugh at your pain. Step 2: the truth. At her party, colleagues toasted her brilliance. But they didn't know her brilliance came with a hidden price tag. An anonymous email with attachments, financial statements, transfers, signatures, landed in her hospital board's inbox. No lies, no slander. Only facts. And facts cut sharper than knives. Step 3: timing. When they came home from the party, tipsy and triumphant, I was waiting. A single folder sat on the coffee table. Mom's laughter was the first to die. She opened it, hands trembling as she flipped through pages, each one a nail in the coffin. My sister's face drained of all color when she reached the final sheet, a formal demand for repayment, stamped and backed by a court date already filed. You can't do this," she stammered. "I already did," I replied, voice steady. Calm slices deeper than rage. "Everything you've built," I said softly. "Every exam, every coat, every certificate, it all stands on my money. And now it's mine to claim." Mom's eyes blazed. You said it was for family. Leaned back. And you said family takes care of each other. Tonight you proved that was a lie. So now we'll treat it for what it really is, business. My sister's hands shook as she calculated the numbers. The interest alone devoured half of her first year's salary. If she defaulted, the board would know, and her career would collapse before it even began. Please, don't ruin me, she whispered, her voice cracking. Ruin you? I tilted my head, almost smiling. No. I'm simply reminding you who carried you. You wanted me invisible. Fine. But invisible hands still pull the strongest strings. They pleaded. They cried. But I didn't shout. I didn't raise my voice. I gathered my folder, slid the papers back into it, and stood. You wanted me gone, I said as I walked to the door. Consider your wish granted. But remember, every paycheck you cash, every step you take, every title you claim, you'll feel me beneath it. Because without me, none of it exists. The house fell silent behind me, thick with their realization. For the first time I felt no weight, no anger. Only clarity. They thought I didn't know my place. But that night I showed them exactly where I stood.